Let me get this here. So yeah, no, things have been good. We've been launching some pilots this week too. The Moonwalk one, and then I just tweeted out an update yesterday on the D Weekly one that we're doing with D Gods guys too. And so we're pretty excited about that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the rest of you all have updates on too. So let's give that 1 minute or so. All right. How are you doing, Drew?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
What's
You
new?
guys are just flying on by. It's it's summertime, so it's good and bad, right?
Totally.
But yeah, no, I'm doing well. Keeping busy.
I see we got Harold here. How's it going, Harold? All right. I'm going to put you on the spot, and now you're going to look for. Oh, there's Jenny.
Sorry, I was searching for the mute button. It's going
No,
on.
Jenny saved you. Like, you don't even have to say anything.
I'm doing good, man. I'm just catching up after being off a week, so it's all good.
Nice. Right on. I'm glad you're here.
Did Luke put you on the spot, Harold?
Always.
That's why I have wide shoulders. I can handle it.
Yes, of course. Hi, everyone. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. Just jumped off a call with Luke and just had to take care of something real quick. But I'm here with the community update. And I know that we have a wonderful guest today who's going to chat a little bit about what they're working on with Luke. But let's start the community update. So diving right in. Okay, GM everyone. This is a nice new graphic created by Guillermo. I just thought it was really pretty. It matches our new Twitter theme, so I threw it in the deck. Okay, this is an exciting announcement. This is actually from Brave's marketing team, but I'm here to share it with you on their behalf. So there is a new scholarship opportunity available to students based in the United States. This is not a global opportunity, unfortunately, just for legal reasons. I know that the marketing team wants to do something like this, offered more widely in the future, but for now it's US only. But it's a scholarship contest, a scholarship photography contest. You don't have to be a pro, you just have to be passionate, and you have to be someone who likes to take photos, and any photo you submit for the contest just has to be original. And this contest is running for about a month. So it's one entry per person. You have to be a student, like I said. You have to be based in the US, but you can enter any photo that you've taken yourself. It could be a landscape photo, it can be abstract, it could be nature related. Just make sure it's beautiful or interesting at the very least. And yeah, you can go to brave.com/scholarship to learn more about the opportunity. The photos must be submitted in landscape. All the details are there. You can read about that. It's very clear on the page. But yeah, you have a chance to win $2,500 to put toward your school fees. And in addition, the winning photo will be featured on the Brave browser's new tab page, which of course gets shown to millions of users. I actually think the photo stays in the new tab page sponsored image rotation, or the new tab page image rotation for a while. So yeah, you'll get lots of people looking at your winning photo if you do win. So yeah, go to brave.com/scholarship to learn more about it. And if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat and I'll try to answer afterwards. Okay, moving on. Guillermo has been helping out with tweeting from the back community handle a little bit more, and he put together a lovely tweet thread this week which captures all of the weekly recurring back community activities, as well as the activities that are happening this week that are not recurring, but most of them are recurring. So we'll just run through quickly for anyone who might not know. Tuesdays in the Bat Brigade Discord, we have poker, which Bat Earn hosts every week, every Tuesday. You can join that, whether you're a pro or an amateur. It's open to everyone, and there's the potential to win some bat. In addition, every Tuesday and Thursday, starting this week, Crypto Dojo aka Scott from our Bad Ambassadors program, is hosting a new Spaces segment called Dude and Dojo, and that's with Mr. Dude of the Web3 Breakfast Show. And they will be covering different topics each week, but they're going to focus on Web3 topics. They're going to talk a lot about Bad and Brave and share recent Bad and Brave updates. They're going to talk about martial arts, since they're both martial artists. They're going to do some bat raffles, and they may have the occasional Brave team guest panelist. So yeah, tune in, show support. That's happening twice weekly going forward. And then, of course, most of you probably know, but every Friday we have trivia in the Bat Brigade. That's hosted by the Dave. Fresh topics every week. For that, always bat prizes for those who are the person who's quickest to answer the questions correctly. And then every Friday, of course, we have the Twitter Spaces with Unfungible. We have a new one coming up this week, and I'll cover it in just a second. We also do have, on occasion, games on Sundays with Dragon Dave. Jackbox games hosted on Sundays with Dragon Dave. I'll double check the time and I'll throw that in the slide next time. But I know many of you already participate. I'm just letting it be known, since now we're broadcasting this call as well. So anyone on X who's out there on X listening, these are all the activities we have going on weekly in the community. This is just the poster for Dude and Dojo. We're very excited about it. And we also have several more spaces upcoming with Unfungible. This week is technically the last space in our pilot with them, but since the results have been so positive, I think we shared some numbers with you last week, but one of our recent spaces together has over 74,000 listens now, which is insane. That one is the highest, has the highest number of listens by far, but set a whole new benchmark. So we're gonna try to keep those numbers up going forward. Last week we had a really good space with them. It was called The Dark Truth About Onboarding, and I was on that one. Paolo was there, Drew was there, Godson was there. A really interesting discussion. You can check out the recording on the Attention Token Twitter. And then this Friday we have our meme coins here to stay, and that's going to be with Luke, and then the handful of meme coin projects that he's been running his meme coin pilot with, and that's Mutai, Bonk, and Toshi. And then the following week we have Is Web3 Still Fun? So that's gonna be a good one. Check it out. And then, so in addition to these Friday spaces that we're hosting on the Attention Token Twitter channel, we also have our team appearing as guest panelists on other people's spaces that Unfungible hosts. So Luke is going to be doing one on July 3rd with Pixel Moon, and on July 4th, 4th of July, Drew is going to be doing a panel with Persona called Marketing Masterclass in Web3. I think that's it for me. Was there a question? Oh, Stan, did you have a question?
Stan the man. All right.
He may have hit that by accident. So.
Oh, got it. Misfire.
Just a misfire. No problem. Okay, Guillermo, are you here? Is he here?
I think he was not going to make it today.
Oh. All right. Okay, I guess Guillermo's not going to make it today. Sorry, I missed that memo. But anyway, Guillermo is working on the upcoming issue of Echo. He started to put together some of the artwork for that issue. The upcoming issue will focus on meme coins, and we're going to tie in Luke's meme coin pilot, and we're going to interview some of the projects that he worked with for the issue, and some other things. But I think this is an example of the artwork for that Guillermo started creating, and he's hand drawing all these pieces. So very cool. He's hand drawing and then digitizing them. And then, he was just commenting here about how he's helping us with our socials. He's now helping me manage the Bat community account. So if you see tweet activity increase from there, odds are Guillermo has a fire fingers. All right, Godson, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. So some quick updates. Nothing much. We started the Fund Bank campaign officially. It's gonna last a month. Shout out to Cheryl. I believe she's here. Shout out to her for helping us out with everything. It'll run from the 21st of this month till the 21st of next month, and then we'll also throw in some new tab takeovers in there as well. We're using those also to kind of like get a benchmark of like what the numbers are like impression wise and like click through rates and stuff. Just to kind of like help us decide what to do with like future campaigns and that kind of thing. Stan is here, so he may or may not want to jump in on this, but we are following up on some of the leads he secured from that KBCC convention that he went to. So that'd be Kotani Pay and Yellow Card, who all do kind of a similar thing as Fund Bank. They are on ramps in Africa. So we'll let you guys know how that goes. We will talk to them this week or next, and then let you know what comes out of that. And then finally, our new but not so new ambassador Adamak is going to be hosting some spaces, some Afro-centered spaces, Brave, centric, Brave and Bat centric, but mainly to, just to kind of reach out to some of the local friends in the region through Twitter Spaces. So I'll be on those, and I'll be helping them promote it as well. We might do like some giveaways and stuff. So if you're interested, if you want to show up as well, let me know so we can, get that situated. And then finally, he also brought us some leads, but Brew Finance is the one that we are gonna be talking to this week, and then we'll see how that turns out. A lot of these calls we've been doing recently have like, it gets to a point where everyone's like super excited and stuff, and then they say, okay, we'll get back to you with like a proposal, and then we kind of wait like a week or two, and then we haven't heard back, and then I'll ping them and say, hey, what's up with this, and then they'll be like, okay, well, give us another week. So it's kind of interesting, first step, but that's kind of how these things go. You just kind of run the numbers, and then hopefully a couple of them convert. So yeah, we'll keep doing that, and then we'll inform everyone with whatever success we have or not.
That's awesome, Godson. That the Fond Bank stuff is like really great. Like you guys got that spun up really quick, and I think we're already getting some interesting stuff from that. That's helping to inform it, and I think like it's really cool because you guys are building out like in an area where doesn't get a ton of attention on its own, where we could be doing really well. So really appreciate you guys and like Stan, everybody kind of putting the effort in and helping us to get a good read on it. I think it's going to be awesome and surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, thanks. Some of the leads we have may not lead to something, but they always kind of like, you always get to meet someone who you didn't think you would. So we had a call with a company called Utu. They it's like a privacy and like security add-on to the browser. It's not going to go anywhere because they don't have like the budget and stuff, but it just so happens that the guy who who we talked to is also like the person who is running East Safari. So it's so it's like, this may not work, but it helps us kind of like get to people, and something else might come out of that.
And people move roles in places too, like and that's one thing. Like there's one guy we've been working with like since the first launch of Brave Ad back in 2019, where I think he's at like 4 or 5 companies, and he's just like super diehard everything Brave and like our biggest kind of champion. And it's just like every time he goes to another place, like he tries to see what he can pull. And sometimes he gets us some pretty awesome stuff. And other times he's just a great person to have. So like, even with like the meme coin stuff, right? Like one thing that stood out to me was like, you get in the mix with these folks, and like a lot of them are working on other dApps and stuff where they can't, they're, you know, we're getting leads from those things where, so it's awesome. It's a numbers game. Like, and the more you're out there, like the more, you know, your chances of success are better. So it's really cool, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to pass it back to Jenny.
Over to Paula, actually.
Hi, everyone. First of all, happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a lovely day. Now, some updates from LATAM and things that we're currently working on. So we keep the work of localizing the self-serve ads in both Spanish and Portuguese. And well, we're making some changes and updates to the platform, but we just started working in the Ads Help Center, translating all the information and those kind of things. And we will continue to make the changes or updates that the program and the tool we're working requires for both sections. Also, we have been looking for opportunities and possibilities to partner with brands in LATAM with Brave Search Ads. In this case, through a company with whom we worked before in a collab with Coca-Cola LATAM. So at the moment, we are in discussions and working to make it happen. We'll let you know. Additionally, and lastly, thank you. The 8th edition of Blockchain Summit LATAM is coming up in August, but this time in Bogota, Colombia. A couple of years ago, we actually had the opportunity to sponsor and attend the 6th edition in Panama with Jenny and other team members. So we intend to sponsor this year with Brave Ads, and also have the representation of our bad ambassador from Colombia, Wilfredo, there. So we will meet to discuss more details, but we hope to be part of this event this year. And that's all from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Paula. Drew, over to you.
Yeah, so a little slower on my end, but that's okay. But I think tomorrow, I think Sherelle can chime in if I'm wrong, but I think tomorrow we're going to be running our second, Brave House ad featuring another, Web3 project, which is seeing the Pudgy Penguins one for the Brave Talk ads that we ran. And so this one should be, I think, tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that one. And then the Karate Combat one that we did with the caricatures of two of the influence fighters that we ran is kind of another one, maybe a little different because it's a Karate Combat ad, but kind of similar idea where we kind of integrate, like other projects into the ads to kind of try and motivate their communities to get on board. And so far, so these ads, from what I understand, have done well compared to the traditional ads that we've run. Like I said, Sherelle or Luke can chime in on that if they want to. But now we've also been, and I know we've talked to Soul Incinerator, which we're working on doing a quest with Banda as well, and burning some stuff for BAT and raising some awareness there. So they'll be on the lookout for some updates on that in the coming weeks, hopefully soon. And then like Jenny already mentioned before, we've been running the spaces, got some more spaces coming up, both the ones that we're doing with Unfungible and other ones that they're running that Luke, Jenny, or myself, or some of the others from the team will be on as well. So be on the lookout for that. And then we've been working also with some other projects and content creators, and working on getting more things out on that front as well. And that's pretty much what I got for this week. Thanks, Jenny.
All right. Thanks, Drew. Oh, and then just before we wrap up, these are some photos of people in the wild that Bat-Earn has been converting to Brave. He's been posting the photos on social, and he's been covering people's faces with the Brave line, which is a little creepy, but it's for privacy. So hopefully you all like the photos. I think that's it for us this week. Oh, yeah, that's Bat-Earn's ambassador update. I'll cover it quickly. Basically, Scott, aka Crypto Dojo, who I mentioned earlier, was promoted to Bat Ambassador Program Leader. So now he joins the leaders rank with Bows and Belladone. We're really happy to have him up there. We talk about him enough on this call. It's pretty obvious why he made the leap, but he's been creating content for us. He wants to create a content mentorship program for new ambassadors. He assisted Brave at the recent events in Consensus in Austin. He's just been an all-around great guy. Now he has this twice weekly Spaces show with official Mr. Dude, and he's made video content for his YouTube channel dedicated to Bat and Brave. Like, the list really goes on and on. He's wonderful. He was one of the people who introduced us to Shrapnel, who we've collaborated with a little bit and are currently developing a community collaboration with. So yeah, Scott, I don't think you're here, but congrats to you. And Bat-Earn also wanted me to let everybody know that we started doing one-on-one interviews for the new season of ambassadors. So if you applied or know anybody who applied, they should be receiving an email from us soon to set up a one-to-one call. We're slowly going to be onboarding new members to the program. So that's it for us. Thank you.
Awesome. So we have a special guest this week. Caitlin Cook from Moonwalk, and we launched a pilot with them on Friday that we tweeted about. But I wanted to kind of bring Caitlin to the community. They're working on a super cool app, and it's actually like a functional thing in crypto. And so, Caitlin, if you want to kind of share a bit, first off, welcome to the community call, and really stoked that you all are game to do the pilot with us and help us get some numbers moving for you guys. And but maybe we can start by having you give a little bit of background on on yourself and also on Moonwalk.
Yeah, sure. I should be thanking you though. I'm super stoked to finally find a way to work with Brave and to work with you. So Moonwalk and the rest of the team definitely appreciate the help that you're doing with getting Moonwalk on the map and getting it in front of a new audience. We saw a massive jump in user visits to the site as soon as you started the campaign late last week, which we really love to see. So I guess starting on, what Moonwalk is. So try to keep it simple without rambling too much here. But Moonwalk is because I get so excited about it, which is great. And hopefully you guys do too. So Moonwalk is a fitness accountability app that incorporates financial incentives to help users achieve fitness goals. Our focus right now is on step tracking specifically, to make sure users hit their daily step targets. So why walking first? Very easily accessible, less barriers to entry, regardless of where you are or what you're doing. If you're physically able to do so, it's a very easy place to start your fitness journey. And statistically speaking, the returns on even 30 minutes of walking a day and what impact it has on your health is really, really positive and obvious. So wanted to start with something that is not quite as intimidating as a lot of the health advice that we see online that I think jars a lot of people and kind of scares them from getting started. So talking about how Moonwalk works at a high level, users of Moonwalk can create private games or join public games. We have a public game site on our website where anyone can join games, where they set a daily step goal, like a minimum step count, a game duration for a number of days that the contest will last. And the most important part here, there's a deposit amount in crypto tokens that could either be USDC, Bonk, or Solana. We're working on, potential integration with BAT token as well. So kind of want to talk to Luke about that. Users just connect to a step tracker through Google Fit. We're working on our own app to do step tracking internally, within Moonwalk, so we don't have to rely on third parties. We're in beta right now, so there's some stuff that's still kind of getting stood up tech-wise, but this was a quick way to get, the product up and running. The game mechanics for how this works. So you have to walk every day if you enter a game. And the goal is to put money up to hold yourself accountable to hit those goals. So users have to hit their daily step count or daily step goal rather for the games to retain their full deposit. That money you put up is totally safe if you hit your steps every day. We want to incentivize people to hold themselves accountable. And I think having even whether it's $5 or 500, having a financial tie to those goals is definitely psychologically really impactful. If you miss on your goals, that means losing a proportional amount of the deposit for each day missed. So say it costs 50 USDC to enter a 5-day game. I need to hit 10,000 steps per day minimum. If I miss 1 day's worth, say I hit 9,000 steps on one day, but hit my goals for the other 4, then 1/5 of my overall deposit, the 10 USDC, is taken from my initial entry and put into a prize pool. At the end of the game, the prize pool, which is made up of, all of the different partial deposits of people who miss their steps in a given day, is split amongst the winners. And the winners are the group of people who consistently hit their steps. So just kind of I call it gamified accountability, just a fun way to socialize and add financial incentive behind health goals, which these days, obviously super important to be consciously moving your body. And I think Moonwalk uses all of the good parts of, crypto. It does such a good job of financial incentives and using those in really powerful ways and bringing community together and doing it for a really positive sum type of game and for a really healthy cause. So eventually all of this is going to be in a mobile app, an iOS app, for a truly normie friendly experience, we like to call it. Fiat on-ramps, lots of really fun gamification aspects, more than just walking as different types of activities. But again, we're starting really simple. And again, we're working with Brave now to get this in front of a global audience. One of the things that's so cool about Moonwalk is that unlike a lot of the more, obscure, highly technical DeFi products you see being built in crypto, Moonwalk doesn't really have the geo restrictions that you see for a lot of more financialized products. And again, very easily accessible in terms of what the activity is too. So that makes it super attractive, at least from talking to Luke on getting it marketed from the Brave side, health and wellness over, not just financial products or meme coins. And then we're also talking to him about getting meme coin projects that Luke's doing pilot programs with involved with Moonwalk too. Because we do have a lot of relationships with those teams building on Solana now. And we want to incorporate different communities and allow them different ways to get in front of their users, engage their community in a really fun and healthy way. And it can also be used for, we do a lot of sponsor games where say BAT or a different meme coin project like Bonk, they could add sponsor prizes onto specific games where users that win aren't just splitting the prize pool made up of people who miss their steps. There's added prize pools from the sponsors to help sweeten the pot. We're doing one in London next week for anyone that wants to try for the first time. It's a 10 USDC entry for the game, 5-day game, 10,000 steps a day, but we have a $6,000 prize pool that we have sponsored by Reciprocal Ventures, WenCoin, and All Domains from Solana. So that was a lot. I can stop to answer questions, but hopefully that covered everything. Luke, let me know if I missed anything.
No, I think it's great. And I think for us, it's kind of a cool opportunity to run a pilot with a project that's actually building something useful and real, that we can take this here and Brave and basically we know we have an audience of athletic sports oriented people. And we can kind of appeal, with Moonwalk to them to get them into crypto if they might need a nudge, right? There's a lot of that kind of curious cohort in Brave. And I think one of the things I really like about what you all are doing is that you have tip link built in. And so for folks that aren't familiar, tip link's a super easy way to if you have a Google, a Gmail account or other types of accounts, with OAuth, you can spin up a wallet address basically really quickly and easily without a lot of the complexity. So there's that end of it. And then also the crypto native side, people are always looking for new things to do with crypto too. So, we're super excited to see what kind of numbers we can put up with you all, because it just helps us to also show even just non-crypto health and wellness advertisers, hey, we were able to, we have an audience here that's pretty, zoned in on the health stuff. When did you all release the app? When was the first version out? Is this the first version that how soon was it released?
Oh man, I joined like a month ago. So I want to say I was a power user of the app as well. So like it was like one of those rare times where I actually was like super excited about a crypto project and was using it heavily, which spoke volumes for me. I want to say probably 3 months back. I could be wrong. But
That's
somewhere
cool.
around there. And it started fully in it. So originally the most bare bones version of this started in SPL wallets like Soulflare or Phantom. So you had to connect directly through one of your wallets, and viewing all of the games that you signed up for was like within Phantom and Soulflare. Obviously not ideal, pretty janky. Crypto users are very forgiving and knew that we were in beta. Since then, we've moved to browser view. So just in browser on whatever, what your preferred browser is, whether that's Chrome or something else. And we're moving over to kind of like the MVP version of an iOS app, which is going to be our own native step tracker to start. And then eventually the entire Moonwalk experience, from joining games to tracking games to collecting all of your rewards after games, checking all of your user stats. It's all going to be in one place in a mobile app that you can download and that anyone else could download, like that's not crypto native. So that's where we're going towards. We're slowly shifting towards that. I would say maybe like a little alpha for the group if there's anyone who is using Moonwalk, the mobile app that does native step tracking, so you no longer have to rely on third parties like Google Fitness, is going to be coming out super, super shortly, going through the approval process with Apple. So that's the first step. And it's just going to be an iterative process of like basically moving over everything from browser to the app. But Moonwalk's dev team is like pretty much it's the team behind Bonk, a lot of the developing contributors there, and also like app developers from Silicon Valley. So it's a good collection of people to kind of bring this together in the way that we're looking for like your regular person to be able to use a crypto powered app without them even caring that it's on chain, which I think is what we want to get to.
That's awesome. That's super cool. I think I'll if anybody has any questions for Caitlin, feel free to raise a hand or drop them in the chat. Wow, it's too quiet.
Well,
Were you a Brave user before this call?
What was that, Baz?
Were you already a Brave user before this call and the ad campaign?
Are you asking me that? I've used Brave before, yes. Sorry. Yes, I have. And then like I've known Luke for a while as well. So obviously had to get involved there. And then the Moonwalk team as well, like was super stoked about working with Luke and the Brave team, because I just remember them specifically saying when I brought it to them at first, when Luke had the idea, that Brave just does an incredible job with ads and having them targeted and being really relevant. And they've always done such a great job of that. So yeah, I've used Brave. The Moonwalk team has used Brave. We're all very big fans.
Yeah, it was cool. We were trying to figure out a way to work together like for a while. And this one kind of, once you went over there, I was like, oh, wow, this is awesome. Like, this is a great way we can kind of like team up on something. And it was cool. We had a call yesterday with a bunch of folks from their team, and like they were all like talking about like following Bat like back in the day and stuff. And it was cool. And it was a very Brave friendly group. And they were even brainstorming some stuff on the call, like that Caitlin was talking about earlier, kind of around support for Bat, and then also for other things that like we can get the community involved. That's one of the things I like about what you all are doing, is it's like it can kind of turn something individual into kind of like a team challenge thing, which is super cool.
Totally. Yeah, I think like the social pressure in like a positive way, like the social component of it definitely holds you accountable a bit more and makes it more fun, like just socializing it. I know that's been like that's not how everyone prefers to work out or get their fitness journey started, but for a lot of people who were struggling with it before, we've got a lot of really positive feedback from like, this setup helped me, not only having a little bit of money on the line, but also just having a group to kind of go through it with.
That's awesome. I see Drew's got a hand up.
Yeah, you said it was too quiet or whatever, and I was like, well, she already answered all my questions when she said we're looking at adding Bat to the platform, and then also adding the Apple fitness stuff, because I have used it a few times. I hate to say it, but I have lost a little bit of money. Didn't get all my steps in during those weeks. I was busy, but that's my excuse, anyways. But so I gotta win that back. But so those are the two main things I would like. Yeah, so I'm an Apple guy here in the U.S. I'd add Google Fitness on my Apple device, which I already use the Apple Fitness stuff. But that'll be
It's
nice
like
once you add that.
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
that was never like the ideal. It was kind of like the easiest starting point for like getting step trackers up and running to be able to start games. But like, yeah, I'm using a step tracker now. I'm like beta testing the Moonwalk one, which has been super fun. Like because I mean, even for games, like there's been like most of our like support ticket stuff, to be honest, has been like about around like the third parties. So like, oh yeah, my Google Fit like says this, but my watch says this, and it's like, all right, well, let's try to make this entire product fall under the umbrella of like things that we can control. So the Moon Boots app, that's going to be our step tracker. I'm using that, and it literally matches exactly with what my watch says, which is super refreshing after having some like sync issues in the past. So definitely going to get easier and easier.
Yeah, I know. It's still early, and it's all good. I
You're
just
so early.
gotta complain about something, right? So
Oh
it's all
no,
good.
we like the complaints. Feedback's good.
Nah, it's all good. So no, it's good to hear that you guys are adding those things. And then yeah, I think it'd be cool to maybe eventually, get some Bat and Brave community events going on around it too. So maybe we can set something like that up at some point.
Oh yeah, no, it's in the plans. Luke and I are going to cook on that because I think it makes a ton of sense, and want to get attention token incorporated in some way. I think as well, it's like super powerful. So I'm excited for it. Got to start branching out the offering a bit.
Yeah, it'd be super cool. And there's so much stuff the community does like on a regular basis anyway. This would be another kind of fun thing for folks that are, active in the community to do together during the week and to track and kind of give people crap over, which is always fun too, as part of the community stuff. I see a Cripple Resistance. You have a hand up. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. Good to see you.
Thank you. My question is about, of course, the tracking. I apologize that I came in late. How do you keep information private or at least from not leaking over to other people, other companies or whatnot?
So like user data privacy?
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah. No, it's so funny. We've gotten that a lot because I think it's obviously really important. And of course, Brave, I know that's a big priority as well. The one funny thing is like, we have a couple people like anecdotally on our team and some of the co-founders that are like anonymous, right? Very big on user privacy, data privacy, that sort of thing. We always try to say like Moonwalk is taking on the Stravas of the world for people who are familiar, like non-Web3, like very mainstream fitness apps. But the difference with those is that they like are definitely oversharing of like, oh, we're going to show this person gets to share what their running route was. And you can see the exact route that they went on and like exactly where they were. We're not going to have anything like that in terms of like data leakage or like data tracking of like where users are at any given time. That's like a very, very high priority for us is like data privacy. Yeah, that's not like a great answer, but I know I'm like not a dev, so I can't speak like logistically on the back end of how they're doing it, but we get that a lot. Obviously super important for our team. It's top of mind as well, just because like we have several people on the team that, one, respect that people within crypto and outside of crypto and like want to be paying attention to that and like not have that be of concern when they're using an app. And it's definitely like a top of mind thing for us. So I don't think I can't like speak like dev wise on that. So sorry if that was a bad answer.
No, I mean,
Thank you.
And it's early too. And I think like one of the interesting things here too, I think, we did our Boomerang, like an academic paper on this, like it's an open source kind of like a privacy implementation that uses kind of what we used in rewards that gets you like really good analytics. So like I think we even had like a fitness app as one of the potential use cases for it. So like one of the cool things about doing stuff like this is if we're, these things come up and there's opportunities or whatever, like to explore down the road, like maybe there's a piece of tech that we have a paper on or have some capability to test out or something like that. Like you never know where this stuff can lead. But I think that's one of the cool things about what Brave's doing too, is that if we have solutions and then you have apps that are looking for ways to differentiate or whatever, like you got to start somewhere with these things. And I think like if one of the things I loved about this was it's like, okay, here's a great way where we can like, get people more active with a cool app that, has crypto and, is just starting out. Cause we love seeing it like when, quality teams can start growing, right? Like, and where we can help with that. And then I think, who knows where the road will lead, but lots of opportunities, like whether it's just fiddling with that at first or whatever, like, and seeing where it goes. But if we're not making relationships with apps where use cases could be implemented, like, then you're never going to know what's possible. So I think like, you've got to start somewhere, and it's super cool that you guys are like, starting off on the right foot like this.
Yeah, super excited for all the stuff that we have coming. Like it's going to be night and day in terms of like, I was so excited for joining the team because of like all of the different possibilities for where it can go, like full biometric tracking of like, like an all encompassing health app where it's not necessarily just steps, but like gamifying the whole experience for different activities that people do and making it all, Web3 powered, but not necessarily like intimidating to onboarding non-crypto users too, which is like super important.
And for folks that don't know, you've been in the crypto space for a while, right? Like this is like
yeah, it's been, I mean, like long time is relative. It's probably been like, I want to say 4 years, maybe. I'm like, what year is it now? But I started out in finance, made the switch from finance to crypto to work for like a TradFi, like crypto for TradFi startup, ran a crypto education platform for like institutional money managers, financial advisors, that sort of thing. 2021, I saw all of the really fun stuff that was going on in bull market and was kind of sitting on the sidelines doing content about what a blockchain is and very 101 level stuff. Definitely was feeling the FOMO there. Ended up going full-time for a DeFi project on Solana called Hero Network, which is like derivatives market infrastructure that helps teams that want to build trading UIs, like do it very easily and with like good market liquidity, which is obviously very different than what I did before. Did that for, I think, like a little bit over 2 years. And then I recently switched to Moonwalk like maybe a month ago. I want to say it's been like since the beginning of June. And that's obviously a big switch too. But I've always been like a massive, like I tweet a lot. I've been on Twitter for like 10 years. And I've always been a huge advocate of getting outside, getting daily steps in and the importance of that. Never thought I'd find a job that incorporated all of the things that I care about in the way that Moonwalk does. So it kind of ended up being like the perfect role.
Awesome. No, it's great. If there are there any more questions for Caitlin? Otherwise, we can open it up more broadly for broader questions too. But I'll give folks a minute there. Or if anybody has any questions about anything else too, feel free to throw a hand up. All right. Cool. I know, Kate, you're welcome to. Oh, Bows, you got a hand.
This is just a question or a reminder for you. Like, we need the Brave transparency page updated. It's some of its numbers are out of date.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah, I'll double check on that right after and put a note in. Do you want it? Did you have? I know that you had a hand up earlier too, and I'm sorry I kind of breezed by you. I don't know if you had any updates you want to share today too.
I do, but we can roll it into next week if y'all want.
Okay, well, it's up to you. We got time, but yeah, if we can do it next week too, no sweat.
Yeah, we can do it next week. Then y'all can put a graphic or something with it if y'all want.
Yeah, we should get Bows in the slide deck. It's awesome. Cool. Godson, you got a hand up.
Yeah. So this is again for you. I'm trying to, get together the call with Wendy. So if you don't mind checking the chat, seeing if the schedule works for you, so I can book it.
My bad.
No, all good. You're a busy man.
Good stuff. Cool. Anyone else have questions? We got 13 minutes left. Drew.
Hey, I was going to ask you if you saw the Solana Blink or the Blinks or whatever. It was like buying crypto right in Twitter with the link or donating to creators and with the links and stuff. And if you saw that, what your take was on it, and maybe what ways that Brave can integrate links, because obviously your browser. So, did you see that?
I'm not sure if anybody from the wallet team's on, but it's one of those rare, which is interesting. But no, I think it's super cool. It kind of like takes a lot of what they did with Farcaster, opens it up more widely, and obviously like doing it from an L1 is like pretty awesome too. I'm interested to see what happens with it, and I think that the team's working on it on our end too. But if somebody from the wall team's on and wants to confirm that or confirm status on it, that'd be great. But I know it's come up in discussion, especially with today. But yeah, I think it's awesome though. We need to be making it so it's easier to do things with crypto, right?
Cool. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I didn't know if you had seen it. And, yeah, kind of interested to see kind of where it goes for sure.
Yeah, me too. I think it's going to be one of those things that are, it opens the doors for a bunch of new areas that were a little bit harder to do before. And so I'm excited to see kind of what happens with that. Yeah. Any other questions from anybody? All right. Cool. And I've been tweeting out some pilot links to, I think with this Moonwalk, we almost hit I think we might be close to hitting like 500,000 impressions in the first week, which is pretty rad. And yeah, and we're seeing some conversions come through too. It's really awesome. And we have, I'm working on a post too as well that kind of, I did a look back on all the different pilots we've ran over the second quarter, and there's a lot of them, and a lot of different ones, and a lot of good data coming from that too. So I spoke with our head of comms today, and work on a post to kind of like round up all the stats there that we can publish, and get the word out too, because I think it'll have a lot of good things. I mean, we have everything from stuff that creators could use to different crypto apps and even health and fitness stuff that we're doing here. So so keep eyes peeled for that. In the next week or two, I think we'll get that post out. But super excited and appreciate everything that you all have done to help amplify, and meme lord folks in the group too. Been awesome with the meme coins projects, and we should think about maybe memeing out some stuff around these other projects too. But yeah, Cripple Resistance, you got a hand up. Yeah, hand up, Cripple Resistance.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was sorry about that. I'm asking about the billboards. How many more are you going to do?
Yeah, that's a good question. So right now, I think we have a deal with an agency for those, and it's actually was not too bad on price. So I think that what they're doing is looking at how things are going with this first one over the next month or so, and then we have the ability to spin them up elsewhere. They gave us a whole map of other areas where these could run, and so I think the marketing team's working on thinking about where else, but so far the response has been really good. People have been excited to see them, and we're getting pictures from folks that are seeing them out in the wild and stuff, which is cool. I hope that they're not taking pictures while driving, but that's a whole other safety thing that they can worry about on their own. But I think it's been a long time coming to see the billboards out there, and Shez and the folks on our marketing team really had to rally to get them done, but hopefully we'll see more soon.
Did you have a designated budget for the billboards, or were they just kind of spontaneous?
No, there's definitely a budget for it. And like we wanted to do this like several other times in the past where, when things were like a little more free flowing on the budgets, like we were talking about doing like a multi-city campaign at one point, like about maybe 2 years ago. And then the costs from that were just like, it was really hard. Like right now we have to look and see like, okay, like, there's ways we can measure it, but also like in what we're seeing from social. So like this had a dedicated budget, and that's how we were able to do it too, for what it's worth, is that we were looking at like, okay, what's a really like good way where we could get this out there long enough to like see an impact, and then also like not have it be so expensive. And so the team had the budget for this, and it actually took them like a bit to get it through the process and stuff. And there was a lot of like back and forth on like what the banner should, what the billboard should look like, and what are we going to promote, how are we going to promote it, etc. Like a lot of iteration and stuff like that. But I think that now that you've got something that's out there, like doing it elsewhere is a lower lift than getting that first one done, like with everything else, right? So I think it's just a matter of time, but I know the marketing team's kind of evaluating that and looking at where else we can run them and where it might make sense, and with everything going on. Cool. Any other questions? Bueller. Cool.
Luke, are you coming out to Bitcoin Nashville?
I am not going to be there. Actually, I'm going on vacation with my family that week. Unfortunately, I think that Carlos is going, and some other folks are going to go from the Brave team. I think they're making a final decision on that this week, but it sounds like it's likely to have some folks out there. Are you going?
I'm currently considering it. I'm seeing how many people are going and who else is going, and I'm going to try to coordinate with them. I might try to coordinate with a few of the ambassadors too if they have interest. I mean, at least to go to maybe the Karate Combat event. I don't think a lot of us are probably going to want to splurge on however much it costs to get the Bitcoin Nashville tickets, because I'm sure they're pretty pricey.
Yeah.
Let me know if you decide on going, Pals.
If you're going, it might push me over the edge. I might have to stop.
I'm about to go, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Drew's like, well, I was waiting to hear that you are going, right?
Yeah, kind of say, but yeah, if you decide one way or another, let me know.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm seriously considering it. I don't think it would be an issue for me to get time off, and I don't think it's that expensive to fly there. So.
Yeah, Nick Carter's fighting at this one, right?
That's what he said.
All right, got to find an opponent that'll hang out. That's awesome. Cool. And I think Moonbeamer's going to that one too, maybe.
I think she has interest. I need to talk to her more. Like, I think maybe she wasn't sure she would actually be able to get a ticket, but I really don't think that'll be a problem. I'm pretty sure she can get a ticket.
We can certainly get her a ticket. So if she wants to go, we can certainly get her in.
Yeah, it'd be great. Is there any ambassador stuff too that's cooking that I know we had a little bit on it earlier, but like anything interesting? I know there was like a meeting around that this week.
I was going to say it for next week, but I mean, I can give some updates on the ambassador program. Sushi-san,
about 4 minutes of updates, Pass.
Yeah, sure. I can give you more than that if you really want to, but
yes.
But no, Sushi-san had a meetup in Tokyo. One of the trailer ones, but on this one, he talks to them about the ambassador program. What ambassadors have been doing. What some of us are actively doing. He talked to me before he did it to kind of ask me some questions so he could help put together some of the slides and give some of my responses. And of course, I volunteered to answer any questions that anyone might have as follow up. So that's pretty cool. I mean, we could always use more ambassadors in East Asia and Japan. So, and I think some people express some interest, so maybe we'll see some applications. And I've gotten to talk chat with a couple of Japanese community members who are also in some other communities I'm in. So, that's always good to build those networks and, make people feel more like they're part of the community too. So that's great. I'm helping to co-host a Solana Summer kickoff event in my area in North Carolina. It's kind of a last minute thing. I think it was last minute even for the main host. But since it was last minute, I'm just trying to help them out. Brave is sponsoring it. Which mainly just means I'm going to get Brave swag out and talk to some people about Brave while I'm there. And I'm helping, drive some turnout for it and helping some of the logistics. I don't know if we're going to be marked technically as an official sponsor in their process, because it sounded like it was a pain in the butt. I didn't feel like y'all would want to have to make a profile on River and submit, an application, so we can just throw the logos off and sponsor it a little bit less officially. But yeah, we're doing that. We got people interested across the globe in the program, and it's pretty exciting. I'll try to give y'all an update next week, or at least share some photos or something.
Awesome. Appreciate it. That sounds great. And yeah, I think we're close enough to the top of the hour. Caitlin, I really appreciate you coming into the call this week and everything Moonwalk's doing and sharing that with the community, and looking forward to doing more with you all ahead. Thanks for joining. Everybody else too, thank you all for coming to the Bat Community Call this week. We will be back 1 week from today at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, same bat time, same bat channel. Until then, see you all online and have a great week. Take care, everybody.
Bye, you guys.
Bye, guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Recording has stopped.